Good morning, everyone. Thank you for always hooking up to the channels and for your dedication to following up the series. So today we will be considering Google Calendar. I am Carololo Benedict from Goshen Health and Technology Consults, and on this schedule we will be looking at navigating through Google Calendar settings, schedule events, scheduling of tasks, and scheduling birthday reminders. All right, so let's start from the first one, Google Calendar settings. So we are going to open our calendar. So here is our calendar opened. A Google Calendar will help you to do a lot of things with your schedules. You can use your Google Calendar to schedule events or series of events occurring at different days in the week. And if the event is to continue weekly, monthly, on every year, your Google Calendar is there for you. All right. You can also use your Google Calendar to create tasks. All right. Task reminder help you to tell you when you have to do a task, remind you the task deadlines and the rest. You could schedule birthday. So this particular icon you see here is your account icon. This one also shows you the schedule or the tasks you have scheduled. Let's check what that is. Click on it, showing you list of tasks. Of course, for now there's no tasks. This one shows you today's date. You can see it's already highlighting today as 20th, and you could search for any schedule or any task or any event or anything you have scheduled on the Google Calendar using the search button. All right. Then this particular icon here will show you different settings and other options as contained in the Google Calendar. Alright, so we are going straight to setting our Google Calendar, and we want to see what we can be able to navigate. Now, as you can see, this is showing you schedules. If there is any schedule you have done, you will be able to see it there. Again, you can be able to view the days. All right, view the calendar in days, which means to show you the times in a day. And you can also view the calendar in 3 days. Let's say today is a Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday together will be able to appear. Then you can also view the calendar in weeks. And you can decide to view the calendar in months, so it will show you the calendar will appear or gives you a month range from 1st to 31st. And you can also refresh. Let's say, for instance, you've added some things to a previously existing schedule and you want to refresh. You could refresh. All right, let's move downward to see the settings. Okay, so here we have the setting. So by the time you should click on that particular button, it should take you to where you can set your Google Calendar as desirable. So here in our settings, there's a lot of things you can be able to do. Okay, so you could see a general setting. All right, you could also show events from Gmail. That's the Gmails according to the account that is registered on the Google Calendar. Then you could also manage your account. So let's look into the general settings. All right, so here we have different things you could be able to set up set in respect to your Google Calendar. You can decide to set how or which day start the week. I can change this to Monday. All right, change it to Monday. Can change it to Thursday for Thursday to start a week. But let's return back to Sunday. Now you could also use the device time zone, which means you don't need to set a time zone for yourself anymore. Then you could also have an alternative calendar used instead of a Google Calendar, but in this case we don't have any alternative calendar downloaded or attached to this. You could set or check whether or not your Google Calendar should show you week number. Google Calendar could also show you an event that is declined, possibly when you have scheduled an event. Then if you have used the Google Calendar to schedule a task, it could show you completed tasks. Once you check the icon, it show you when the task is completed. But if not checked, you will not know whether or not a task is completed. You can set event duration by default, which means as the event is being sent to the guests who are being invited, it will tell them by default the duration of that event. In this case, you could click on any of the accounts above and change the event duration. So here we have 120 minutes, 90 minutes, 60 minutes, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, or 15 minutes. So going forward, you could add invitations to it, and you can also add a video conferencing like Google Meet handle or link where the guests could be able to utilize, click on it when the event time is at hand, and then they'll be able to join the meeting. So for adding invitation for this particular account, for instance, okay, if I am being invited, let's say I'm using this account and there's an invitation for the account. So for this account, I could add events, all right, from everyone to the account. If I have been invited, I can add events. If sender is none, I can also add event when I respond to the invitation. So possibly I respond a yes that I will be attending the event, then the invitations will be added into my Google Calendar. And another thing we will be able to do is to let others see invitations if they have permission to view or edit my event. So I have, let's pause, for instance, scheduled an event, invited guests, and I want them to be able to see the invitations. So once the icon is checked, that will be activated. If you uncheck it, it means others won't be able to see all invitations, even if you've given them a permission to view or to edit your event. We have added video conferencing. So let's look at what that is. So if you check this, but for this particular account, then you should be able to add video conferencing automatically to the Google account. You can see automatically add Google Meet video conference to event that I create. So that happens automatically without you activating it by the time icons are checked. Okay, so the next thing we'll look at is Google Calendar theme system default. So you can change the theme, okay, to a dark mode, all right, to a light mode only, to a dark mode. You can see it has changed to dark mode. Take it back to system default, okay. Then again, you can look at notifications. So you can check to be notified on this device. Then you could look at the calendar notifications, all right, if activated, and tax notifications if activated, tax overdue notifications, okay. So for calendar notification, let's see what's inside. So you could show notifications, check it if you want calendar to show notification. Then if it is to float notification, you also check the sound, the vibration if you want that. Then on the screen lock for privacy, you could activate show all notifications but hide content. Okay, so this could give you could show all notifications and their content. You could show notifications and hide content. You could decide that notifications should not be shown at all on lock screen. So whichever method you want it to be, the choice is on you. The next one is tax notification. So let's look into tax notification. All right, so the same thing is applicable to tax notification. Once a tax is overdue, you will be notified your tax is also day overdue. So let's look at the second thing we have to do, which is schedule events. So let's see how we can schedule an event with our Google Calendar. Okay, so here you have your Google Calendar. All right, and we want to schedule an event, so you could now come and use this plus button here, either to schedule a task or to schedule an event, but we're starting with an event. So click on event. Good. So this is our event part. So here you need to add a title, call it Freshers Day. So here again you can decide to change the time. I can change the time, the start time, and this is the ending time. All right, then you want it, if the event is going to last for all day, you check this. You can set how the event should repeat itself. If it is a daily event, if it is a weekly event, a monthly event, a yearly event, you can set it up as does not repeat and change it to what you want it to be. Then you can add people to this event. You can add people to the event, and then you can also add video conferencing. Once you check that, it will automatically add Google Meet link to the event that you have scheduled, and the respondent or the guest could use the handle. Then you can add the location as well. So let's look at them one after the other. So let's start with changing the time of the event. Okay, the start time. Let's change the start time. I want to take it to let's say the event should take place by 5 p.m. So I'm going to take it to 17. All right, 00 hours. All right, I click on OK it, and I want the event to end possibly by 9 p.m. Click on it, take it to 9 p.m. 21 00 hours. All right, so let's look at how do we want the event to repeat. So let's say this event I want it every day. I check that every day. If I want it every week, on Monday of every week, I check that. And I can customize my events to maybe schedule it for some days in a week. Let's say, for instance, the Freshers Day is going to be every Monday and every Saturday of a week. So I will customize. I use the customize button to check that. Customize. All right, so I will have to come here and change it to week, so I can have options to select the number of days in the week I want the event to repeat. Click check for weeks. All right, so like I said, I want it to be on a Monday, so I will check Monday. I want it to be a Saturday, I will check Saturday. So the 2 days the event will last. Now, how do I want the event to hold? Should the event have a time period that it will end afterward? If so, I will use particular option, check the second, and then change the date to the time that the event should not repeat afterward. And if the event should just end after one occurrence, I use this particular option. But if I don't want the event to end at all, I will leave it at never. So let's say we have a frequent event of that type, of that category. All right, at the moment, let's leave it at never, but you can set it to any option, any of the options you want it to be. So I will click on done. Okay, so you can see that it has changed. Event is repeating weekly on Monday and Saturdays, and these are the time range that the event will occur. Now I want to add people. You can add people, click on add people. So you can just type their emails and it will add. So I can add this particular individual. This is me. You can see you. This particular individual, I can decide to cancel. All right. So when adding people, you add people by their emails, which means anybody you add is most likely going to receive a mail. All right, depending on your choice, if the person should receive a mail or not. So when I'm done, I will just click on done. Okay, you can go further to check what guests can be able to do. All right, and let's see what that is. What can guests do? So guests, if this particular option is checked, the guests can be able to modify the event. You can change the event time, change the event date. This happens when you want to send the events to co-planners. All right. Then you can allow them to be able to invite others, and they could also see guest list. If you want them to see guest list, other guests that will be attending the event, and if you don't want them to see other guests that will be attending the event, you uncheck. So you just uncheck that, and then they will be able to see other guests that will attend the event. Now you can see that a video conferencing details has been added automatically. If you don't want that, you just click on the star to the X star to remove it. Then you can add a location. So let's add a location to our event. Okay, so let's say we want the event to happen at a hotel. So I'll just type possibly be happy. Let's see, there's an hotel like that. Okay, so we can add a location of the hotel. All right, and then we just click on it, and yes, you can see that the hotel has been added, and that's linked up to a Google map, and the individual, the guests or attendees could be able to locate the hotel by following the Google map. Then again, we could look at notification. How do you want the guests to be notified, or how do you want to be notified regarding the event? Let's look at that. So in this case, we already have 30 minutes before the event. You get notified that, oh, event of so and so, or Freshers Day is occurring in the next 30 minutes. You can add to it. Let's add. Okay, let's add a day before. A day before. Let's add another one. Okay, if 30 minutes, let's add in 10 minutes. You can add again 5 minutes. And you can customize. Yes, you can customize. Let's customize. So you can have it like minutes before, hours before, days before, weeks before. So let's say days before, maybe 2 days before the day. Okay, so you can see. So here we have 2 days before, a day before, 30 minutes before, 10 minutes before, 5 minutes before. So those are the notification. Now, because you may have series of events on the Google Calendar, then you can decide to give it a color of your choice. So let's say we want to go for a tomato red. Good. So that appears as tomato, will appear as tomato red on our schedule. Then we can give the event a description. Yeah, can describe what the event is. So in this case, let's say this event is all about welcoming our new members to our organization. Event, yeah, so full stop. Okay, so the last thing we can do to our event is to add a Google Drive attachment. All right, so let's say we want to add an attachment from our Google Drive. Let's click on it. Okay, taking us to our drive. All right, so we can decide to choose any attachment from this place or from our Google Drive. So let's say we want to look at let's say on title spreadsheet, anyone. Okay, let's choose anyone and add. So you see it has been added. It has been added, and you can add further attachment. This is the attachment we just added. This attachment will also be sent alongside the event schedule, the event details to the guests, and they will receive it in their mails. You can see that you can decide to add more attachment, as many as possible as you want to add. All right, so at this point we are done with setting up our event, and then we can now click on save. So let's save. So now you could now see options. All right, so for this, guests must have a Google account. If you want this particular option, guests can view. All right, then anyone with a link can view. Guests do not need a Google account. So if it is guest of this event, then they must have a Google account before they can view. So you can either cancel. You may not need to. You may decide not to share. Okay, maybe just for yourself alone, and you get reminded. So let's move on. Let's save. Now you have another option of send invitation emails to Google Calendar. To Google Calendar guests. So you want to send, you may decide not to send. If it's for yourself, you can cancel, and we want to send. But here we want the guests to be able to receive the invitation email, so they will be able to add it to their own Google Calendar, accept, and we know if they have accepted or declined, or they tentatively may not be available. So we'll click on send. Yes, so here we have our event planned. You can see it has already entered into the schedule. This is Monday, and you can see this is Saturday already in the schedule. So that is it. Okay, the next thing we'll look at is schedule tasks. Yes, so let's say we want to schedule a task. All right, I have an assignment I want to meet up by Wednesday, and Wednesday happens to be the deadline, and I don't want to forget, so I want to do the assignment between today, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I come to utilize, click on the plus button, click on tasks. Okay, so first of all, I give the task a title. Let's call it GATS assignment. Okay, so we have it as GATS assignment. Now, what else can I do to this particular assignment? Do I want the assignment to be all day? I can leave this option checked. If I want it specific day and time, then I will uncheck that. So let's uncheck that because we want a specific day and time. So I can now decide to change the timing. All right, and then I look at how often I want the task to repeat. So I want the task to be scheduled for let's say 4 p.m. in the evening. All right, and I want to be reminded of the task today, tomorrow, and on Wednesday as well. So I will do the setting for the timing first. So I want to change it to 4 p.m. in the evening. That is 16. Okay, so I will okay it. It has changed to 16:00 hours. So I want to check on the repeat button. Now here this is already on does not repeat. Now if I want it to repeat on daily basis, until then it will, on weekly basis, on monthly basis, on yearly basis. But then I want to customize, since I have a scheduled days, so I'll use the customize button. I want the task scheduled between today and Wednesday, days in a week. So I have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All right. Now, because the tax is just till Wednesday, I will have to come and make sure that the tax should end after Wednesday. So I will use that button, check it, change the date. All right. Take it back to January, and let it end on the 22. All right, so I click on OK. So the tax will end on Wednesday 22nd. So I will come and click on done. So here our tax has been scheduled. Now I'll have to add a detail. So let's say the detail I want to add is this tax is about Google Calendar schedule or Google Meet schedule. Okay, so yeah, this tax is about the Google Calendar, to schedule events. So once I'm done, click on save. Yes, so we have saved the tax. Of course, the coloring, we didn't change it, so that is why you can that's why you can see this is a tax, this is it. So let's click on any of it or one of it and see how it looks like. So this is it. You can see this tax is about the Google Calendar schedule. Got assignments today 16:00 hours at 4 p.m. It will repeat weekly on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday until 22nd of January, which is by Wednesday. I can decide to go ahead to edit. I want to modify, decide to change the tax color. All right, and that is it. So that is for tax scheduling. Okay, so the last thing we'll look at is scheduling birthdays. All right, so let's see on our plus at the bottom. All right, so this is our birthday. All right, highlighted already. So we can now decide to choose, all right, the person's name. We don't want to forget his or her birthday. All right, and you can see for notification, it's already telling us to be reminded 1 week before at that time. It can be changed, can be modified. On the day at that time can be modified. Then you can add other notification and then a default color. So let's change all those things. So we want to check a name, want to add a name. Let's say we want to use a person's initial, JD. Yeah. Okay, so this is the person's name, JD. So we want to add a notification. Let's remove these particular ones. Remove this as well. So we can customize, and we want it to be, let's change the timing to possibly 6 in the morning. Okay, that's, let's say, a week before. So let's say 1 week before. If it is 1 week before, just put 1. If it's 2 weeks before, put 2 weeks before at 0 time. Then let's take it to 1 week. So we can plan for the person. Then you receive as notification. So we'll click on OK or done. That's already given us 1 week before, so we are going to remove the other one. Okay, so let's add more notification. We have taken 1 week before at 6 in the morning. Let's add more notification, maybe 2 days before. So 2 days before at 6 p.m. 6 in the morning, 2 days before. So let's go by 1 day before again. So you customize 1 day at 6 in the morning. Okay, added the day before at 6 in the morning. So let's, on the day of the event, let's check. So we want to be reminded at 12 midnight on the day of the event. So 0 day, and 12 midnight. So you have it here, a week before, 2 days before, a day before, on the day of the event at 0000 hours. That's 12 midnight. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is to change the color. Okay, so we'll change the color. So let's say we want to use flamingo. Okay, so we check that. So here is the color, it has changed to this. All right, so you can see it is highlighting today, JD's birthday. It's highlighting today because we didn't change that. So we're going to click on it and edit it and change it to the day we want it to appear. Alright, then we click on this other button to edit. So we're now going to click on the date to change it to the date we want it to be. Alright, so let's say JD's birthday is 20th of June. So let's go to June. Alright, so this is showing you the date, showing you the month. So we can OK, and we have changed it to 20th of June, so we can now click on save. Good. So let's go and check. So slide down to, let's check our calendar month, change it to June and see if it's there. June. All right. So now let's move forward and see 20th of June. Yes, so you can see on the 20th of June, JD's birthday will be ringing. So a week before that day, we should have a notification. 2 days before, we have a day before, and on that very day too, we would be notified. So that is about Google Calendar, and we have been able to look at navigating Google Calendar settings. We've looked at scheduling events, we've looked at scheduling tasks, and we have also considered schedule birthday reminder. So this is it, and that is how you can be able to navigate your Google Calendar, all right, and get reminded when the time is about to, or when it is the time.